Good morning, how are you today? It is 11 AM and mid-January 2025, and here I am alongside the bonny banks of Loch Lomond. You can see it's a lovely day. It's the first lovely day for quite some time. Been snow and frost and rain and all the kind of things you would expect in winter in this part of the world, and I'm going for a cycle out with a camp. Bit of a test run, hopefully around about 50 miles. We'll see how it goes. And well, there's a little bit of rain in the distance, but fingers crossed that comes to nothing. I'm going to take you along this route, share it with you. If you've got any questions, pop them down below. Let's go. Having left home around about an hour and a half ago, we're almost now at the bottom of Loch Lomond, and we are nearly 17 miles into the journey of what is going to be a big loop, around about a 50-mile loop, and I'm looking to camp around about 35-40 miles in. I've got a couple of camping spots identified where I've camped before, but we'll see how the legs go. But all going well so far. It hasn't rained, it's a lovely day, and well, all bodes well for the big cycling route I've got planned for further into spring, because this is what this is all about. Just thought I'd take a couple of minutes to have a Snicker bar and a drink, and I'm just making my way down the side of the River Leven now, down through the Vale of Leven and Alexandria. And what I'm going to do is head down towards a small town called Renton, and then head over the tops, kind of heading almost back on herself, but we're going to start to get onto a bit of gravel and over a couple of small hills, you know, just to Well, we can't have it too easy, can we? And then what we'll do then is start to head slowly north, but time's going okay. 20 miles in and 1:45, so not too bad at all going well. I'm under a flyover of the A82, so I'm at toughest bit of the road ride now. So this is where we've had it easy, we've got us legs in, 20 odd miles of nice flat cycling. Now it gets steep. I'm pushing. Ooh. Right, back en route. I don't know what happened there. I'd plotted a route and I got to the sharp right turning and it just wasn't there. So I continued down into Cardross and now I'm back en route now. So still on tarmac, and I've got a steady climb now of about 1.5 miles, and then heading up towards a very popular hill in this area called Ben Bowie, and if all goes well we shall have a look at that on the way past. Not too far off now the top, and which will be the highest point of this circular, and we're on gravel now. It's stony and bumpy and all steadily uphill. I don't know how far I've still left to climb, but it's slow going. And once we get up onto the top of Ben Bowie, then I've got like a pretty steep and quick descent back down towards the road Narden, and then we'll cross over into the beautiful Glen Fruin, and then I think around about 9 miles then, I think something like that, maybe 8 or 9 miles then to camp. It is 2:10, so it's getting on. We've been going for 3 hours, just over 3 hours, so but it was always going to be slow, was this second half, because of the elevation and me tiring, of course. But so far so good. Nearly 28 miles, so it's real world cycling. This is none of this virtual stuff. So this is bump and friction and wind and shoulder ache and hand ache and bum ache, but it's what it's all about, isn't it? Right, I'm going to get on a little bit further, and then we get to some woodland, and I'm going to have to push my bike up through there because it's incredibly steep. Pushing time. I don't know if it's over, but this is the hardest thing I've ever done on a bike. I have never ever struggled so much with a bike. Try to get it up here. It has taken me forever, and I am absolutely buggered. Oh, I don't know how far I've still to go, but it's getting a tiny bit easier. But it's so slippy as well, so I'm trying to push it up and I'm losing grip with my feet, but I am tired. Oh, this can't come to an end soon enough. can't get through. We have to come up with a plan B, or we go back. I'm bailing, I can't get up it. It's going to take me all my effort to get back down safely. So I'm kind of stuck really now. It's just wind-blown trees. Bike, I'm too tired to carry the bike. So and it's 3:15 now. So I'm going to have to come up with a plan B. So I think what I'll do is I'll try to get back down on the track and then find a detour back towards the route and then just keep an eye out for a camping spot. I think that's the best bet now because I'm not getting anywhere. I'm going to run out of light in next hour, certainly hour. It's probably going to take me another half an hour to get down here. Oh well. Right, I'm going to try to get down without falling. Good news. Right, I took a little bit of a detour. I'm way off route, but I found a spot which looks like it's been popular with camping before. There's been quite a few fire scars. It's very much right at the side of the trail, but we're running out of light, so there might be the odd night fell runner or nocturnal dog walker come walking past. But we've got lovely views of up above Loch Lomond, which is good. I'm tired. That's 30 miles. Bit of a disaster that last bit. I can actually see it from here, and my arms, I was just running out. I couldn't lift my bike any further, and I was probably close at top, but I just couldn't do it. I was so tired. But this is a very, very good second. It's a good substitute. I'm going to get my tent down right there, get relaxed, get some food, have a dram, and then we can review the adventure. Hi there, how are you? How are you doing? Cheers. Right, let's just have a quick look back at today, because ultimately it was a test. I've got a big plan to do, or I've got a plan to do a big ride around about 300 miles. It's a circular, and it's going to take in the west coast of Scotland, the island of Mull, the island of Skye, over to Harris, and then down through the Hebrides and then back. So wind's a big factor. It's going to be mainly road and all that kind of stuff, and whilst I've been doing quite a lot of indoor cycling to keep myself fit, I've not been lazy, it's no substitute for real world cycling. So today was about testing the gear, and I had the full winter gear on today and all that kind of stuff, so it was full weight, and running that bike just to see how it worked, just to see how it went. So I'm a bit achy, so my legs are a little bit achy, my shoulders are a bit achy, my hands are a little bit achy, everything else is fine, and that's mainly from running, cycling on the gravel and the road chatter. So all good really. 30 miles in, I'm okay with that. The days on the big tour when I go out are going to be around about between 50 miles and 70 mile days. But we'll see, because I might get distracted. But I'd like to think I can get it all done nice and comfortably in sort of like 6 days, and that'll give me a lot of time to have a good look around as well. But that's going to happen this spring, so a little bit more training to do. So that were a bit of a disaster on that, where I obviously knew the route, and I've been up the route before. I've hiked up it a number of times, but I wasn't aware that the trees had come down, so that was a bit of lack of research on my behalf. I possibly should have checked out on social media, but it was always going to be a hard push through those woods anyway, but there was a good path with some steps and that kind of stuff, so I knew what I was doing, but I just ran out. I had no strength. I had absolutely no strength in my arms to lift the bike any further, so I had to turn around. And thus here we are, and we're overlooking Loch Lomond and Balloch, which is good. So all I've got to do now is plot my route home. I've got to decide which way I'm going to go, whether I'm going to go back down Lomond side or whether I'm going to go over to Helensburgh and then back up Loch Long. I shall see. I don't think there's much in it. I think the Helensburgh, the route's a little bit longer, but it is going to be raining. Anyway, I'm going to call it quits now. It's after I've eaten, by the way, and I'm having a couple of drinkies, and I've spoke to Mrs. Boardman, so I'll probably fall in asleep very soon. Thanks for watching so far. We'll pick this up in the morning. So for now, good night for the new. Blinking egg. Oh, morning. Blinking egg. It's cold and freezing and windy and raining. Oh, right, I'm about packed up. Good night's sleep. Very windy though. It woke me a number of times. I think it's about 9:15 in the morning, and only one disaster. Me stove igniter won't work, so no coffee, no porridge this morning, so not so good. So thus the need to keep moving. It's very cold. I need to get off this hill. Anyway, everything's all right. So route plotted. What we're going to do, we're going to drop down off this hill down to Stony Mullen and Balloch, and then back along Lomond Shores. And well, we came out that way, so what I'll do is I shall put a lovely scenic cycle back in the wind and the rain, and we'll set it to some very exhilarating music. If we don't stop it between now and home, see you at home in a couple of minutes. Bye the new. Well, I'm home, just sort of 20 miles, and well, it was okay. I hope you enjoyed the views back. Nothing spectacular. So that's it. So 30 miles last night and then 20 miles this morning, so 50-mile round trip regardless of the detour, and a good test. Everything went well. Must remember to take a spare lighter with me next time. But no, that was a good test with winter gear. I mean, I don't anticipate taking full winter gear when I do the Western Islands loop, but a couple more test runs to do, get the back and the legs and the arms going, build the strength up, and we'll be ready to go. Thank you very much for watching. If you've seen it all the way through to here, give yourself a pat on the back, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Bye for the new.